The evening had begun like every other Thanksgiving. Too much food, forced smiles, and conversations that never went deeper than weather or work. I waited for the right moment, hoping my question would feel natural. When I finally asked if the hospital had sent the date for my surgery, the atmosphere shifted as if someone had opened a window during a storm. My mother's cheerful expression collapsed into discomfort, and my father's hand trembled slightly around his glass. Conversations died instantly. My relatives avoided eye contact, pretending to be fascinated by their plates. No one asked how I felt or why I was worried. Instead, my question felt like a stain on their celebration, and suddenly, I wasn't a family member. I was a burden. My brother frowned as though this was brand new information, and my sister blinked rapidly, trying to recall something she should have known. My mother tilted her head, insisting she had never received any hospital notice, while my father claimed he assumed everything was settled long ago. Their confusion didn't feel genuine. It was rehearsed silence wrapped in politeness. I remembered the evenings we sat together, reviewing medical documents, discussing treatment options, and planning the next steps. They even reassured me they would support me financially. Now, they treated my surgery like an unexpected rumor meant to spoil dessert. Their selective amnesia stung deeper than any insult. Surgeries don't disappear from memory. People erase what they don't want to face. 2 days before Thanksgiving, the hospital receptionist left a voicemail asking why I had missed a mandatory pre-surgery session. Confused, I called back, explaining I never received any appointment details. After a tense pause, she revealed the message had been forwarded to an email belonging to my father. My heart dropped. I remembered giving him access only to help coordinate things when I was overwhelmed. At the table, watching him stir his gravy without meeting my eyes, I understood something unsettling. He hadn't misplaced the notice. He had intercepted it. Not once had he mentioned a single update. The realization hit me like a cold slap. Someone close to me wasn't forgetting my surgery. They were actively ensuring I remained unprepared. My phone vibrated just as dessert arrived. I glanced down, expecting a Black Friday promotion, but instead, it was a message from the hospital. My surgery had been canceled. No explanation, no consultation. Attached was a new authorization form listing who could make medical decisions on my behalf. My name was missing. My parents and sister were now the only listed decision-makers. The room blurred for a moment as I tried to process it. They had been deciding for me, not with me. The turkey, the decorations, the cheerful toast suddenly felt like a facade hiding something rotten. Thanksgiving wasn't about unity. It was a staged performance built over betrayal I was never meant to uncover. That night, still trembling, I logged into my insurance portal. A sizable withdrawal had been made from my medical fund, the same account I created for emergencies and treatments. The money wasn't missing. It had been redirected. A search through recent transactions revealed the recipient, my father. The same evening, my sister had showcased her new car, bragging about the features and congratulating herself for achieving a milestone. Suddenly, her confidence made sense. My surgery wasn't postponed by oversight. It was sacrificed. They had exchanged my health for her comfort. I stared at the screen, feeling something inside me detach. My condition wasn't the family's concern. Their priority was financing luxuries, even if it meant gambling with my future. Early the next morning, voices echoed from the living room. My family sat together, speaking in low tones, unaware I stood in the hallway listening. My mother insisted I exaggerated my condition. My father argued that pursuing surgery was financially irresponsible. My sister complained that I always made things about myself. They discussed my health as if it were a household inconvenience, something to shelve until it suited them. No one asked how I felt or whether I was scared. To them, I was an expense, not a person. That conversation stripped away any illusion of belonging. Families are supposed to protect their own. Mine calculated whether my survival fit their budget. Shaking, I opened my laptop and began gathering evidence. Month-old emails, medical recommendations, payment confirmations, everything was neatly stored. If they had treated me like a problem, I would become a solution they couldn't ignore. I forwarded the entire file to the hospital's legal department, requesting an investigation. By afternoon, my phone buzzed. The hospital apologized, reinstated my surgery, and revoked my family's authorization permanently. Control shifted back to me. The silence in the house felt different now, not triumphant, but hollow. They didn't rush to confront me, nor did they apologize. They simply retreated. For the first time, I saw the truth clearly. Sometimes, the greatest betrayal doesn't scream. It steps back and lets you bleed alone. 2 weeks later, I hosted my own Thanksgiving, smaller, quieter, but meaningful. Friends arrived with homemade dishes and genuine concern. They asked about my recovery, not out of obligation, but because they cared. The empty chairs reserved for my parents remained untouched. I kept checking the door, half expecting a knock, but none came. The absence didn't hurt as much as I expected. It confirmed what life had been trying to tell me. Family isn't defined by DNA or traditions. It's defined by presence, empathy, and participation. That night, surrounded by laughter I didn't have to earn, I finally felt something my old home never offered: peace. Their silence wasn't punishment, it was release.